nice to meet you. I'm very happy to work on a team project with you. My name is Yeonghee Heo, a science teacher in Korea. Now, I'd like to illustrate by showing you the presentation. We are going to conduct a research on bioplastics in this project. Bioplastic generally means biomass-based plastic. Biomass refers to various plant resources such as trees, grasses, leaves, roots, and fruits. Biomass has the advantage of being recyclable, eco-friendly, and easily available anytime, anywhere. Now, shall we start? From the early 1950s, when mass production of plastic began, to the present day, 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic have been produced. About 60% of them have already been landfilled or polluted environment. The well you see in the picture has been pushed to the Philippine coast with 40 kg of plastic trash in this stomach. It starved to death because it couldn't eat food because the plastic trash filled its stomach. Like this, we know that many animals suffer from plastic waste. This graph shows the amount of plastic produced worldwide from 1950 to 2015. In 1950, the world produced only 2 million tons per year. In 2015, it increased by almost 200 times, producing 381 million tons per year. Plastic is everywhere in our society, and it seems almost impossible not to use it. When looking at the volume of plastic waste by region, 60% of plastic waste is in East Asia and Pacific, 11% in South Asia. As the graph shows, the amount of plastic waste is large in Asia. How long will it take for plastic to decompose? In this graph, you can see the decomposition time of plastic bag, plastic rings, plastic bottle, and fishing line made of plastic. It takes 20 years for plastic bag to decompose, 400 years for plastic rings, 450 years for plastic bottles, and 600 years for fishing lines. In order to solve this problem of plastic waste, bioplastic has appeared. Bioplastics are generally known as biomass-based plastics. But in fact, bioplastics are easy to get confused when classification. To be precise, bioplastics are not classified according to their base material. Bioplastic refers to both biomass-based plastics and fossil oil-based biodegradable plastics. Lately, the meaning of eco-friendly plastics is changing. The meaning is changing from bioplastics that are easily decomposed to bioplastics that reduce CO2. Bioplastics are based on biomass grown by CO2, and this CO2 is generated and recycled when burned. So, bioplastics are plastics that reduce carbon dioxide. Therefore, we plan to study biomass-based plastics among bioplastics. For example, it can be based on trees, grasses, leaves, roots, and fruits, or use a wider range of biomass resources. The properties of biomass suitable for bioplastics are as follows. First is protein content. Because proteins are weak to heat, they transform at high temperatures. Therefore, the lower the content, the better. Second, it is the fat content. Fat is more heat stable than protein, but it is weaker to heat, so the lower the content, the better. The third and fourth are cellulose content and lignin content. Cellulose and lignin are materials that support plants. Therefore, cellulose and lignin do not change easily even at high temperatures, so the higher the content, the better. In summary, the lower the protein and fat content, the higher the cellulose and lignin content, the more suitable as biomass. I made bioplastics with my student last year. In fact, the process of making bioplastics is very professional and complex. However, we made it simple at the student level. We selected persimmon tree as the biomass after analyzing the contents of protein, fat, cellulose, and lignin. We first crushed persimmon tree branches with a large grinder. Secondly, crushed them with a small grinder, and then sifted it out to make a micro powder. We made bioplastics by adding persimmon tree branches to PCR. PCR is an existing plastic raw material. The small white grains you can see in the first and second photos are PCR. PCR is an abbreviation of polycaprolactone. It dissolves when put in hot water, so it can make the shape you want. And when cooled and cold water, it becomes hard. Dissolve PCR in hot water, then add persimmon powder and mix by hand to shape. This is the bioplastic we made. We made plastic without persimmon tree and bioplastic with 10%, 20%, and 40% persimmon tree added. How is it? Would you like to make bioplastics? This is what we'll study at this AMGS conference. First, we'll explore the characteristics and types of bioplastics. Second, we look for biomass suitable for bioplastics. Third, we make bioplastics, and it analyzes the property of bioplastics. We will take some time to share and discuss the result of our research. Everyone, did you see well? I won't have an interesting time with you. Thank you for listening. Bye.